What's up, the boxing world? What's going on? This is Strictly Boxing with Derek Poppy Rolon. Uh, talk about the fights last night, man. There was some good fights last night. Puerto Rican Day weekend, Puerto Rican weekend, and we had some fights in Madison Square Garden in New York, man. The young fighter, man, XANDER ZAYAS, man, was the main event. He's 21 years old. He went up against Patrick Teixeira. Patrick is a former WBO champion. He's former junior middleweight champion, WBO. His record was 34-4, and he went up against a young Puerto Rican warrior, man. Young Puerto Rican warrior, 21 years old, man, 154 pounds. He was 18-0, and now he's 19-0 with 12 knockouts. And it was a good fight, man. I think Top Rank moving him along pretty good. He went the whole 10 rounds. He showed some improvement from his last fight, and he's continued to getting better and better. I'm loving the way they do that at Top Rank, man. At Top Rank, they get you good. They get you in there where you fight the opponents that can only make you better. But the undercard really was impressive to me. The undercard, that was really the fight I want to talk about today, okay? Let's just understand that XANDER, Puerto Rican Parade in Madison Square Garden, he did well. He showed his skills, he showed his talent, and it was a good 10 rounds to watch. And that's what Top Rank do. They keep their fighters fighting, so that's a good thing, man. I think that's the problem with some of the other promotionals, man. They're not having the consistency, like those fights over and over again. When the young fighters need to fight often, and they can't just wait once or twice a year like the fighters that's already been champion and making millions of dollars. These young fighters come on, they gotta fight every other month, all right? So the promoters gotta be getting these fights, all right? But the undercard, man, I was very, very impressed with my man Shushu Carrington. Bruce Shushu Carrington, man. He's out of Brooklyn, New York. He's 12-0. With 8 knockouts, right? He goes up against a young man with some experience, Brea De Gracia. De Gracia was a last-minute replacement. The opponent that he was scheduled to fight somehow wasn't able to make it. With a 10-day notice, De Gracia got in there. He's experienced. He was in the gym training. He's experienced. He's 29-4 now. He was 29-3. With 29-4, I think it was 25 knockouts. So he's a former warrior. I mean, he has some skills. He brought it, man. Look, let me tell you, Shushu, with his experience going up against this guy, he had to really dig deep and pull out something. It was surprisingly that he could win that easily to me, man. I mean, De Gracia was trying to bring it in the early rounds, man, and Shushu, he had to make some adjustments, man. But he made some adjustments, and he got him out. He got him out of there in the 8th round, man. I want to tell you something about Shushu, though, man. It was a pleasure to see the way he throw his punches. It's a pleasure to me because, sometimes I question myself. When I'm training proper basics. I'm training straight punches. I'm training all that arm wild stuff, keeping your hands down, all that pretty stuff that a lot of guys is doing now. It looks like they doing it right. And I'm thinking maybe I'm old school or too old school, that maybe I should be teaching leaping left hooks and uppercuts and all the arm punches. But when I watch this young kid, when I watch Shushu, that's the way I train the fighters to fight. That's the way I like to see them fight. They're short, they're sharp, ain't no wild stuff. Wham, 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 straight punches, short punches. I loved to see that young man show last night. His hooks is short, his uppercuts is short. Ain't no arm wild stuff going on. The way you teach is the basic. His hands is up, his balance is good. I loved that little kid performance last night. I don't want to call him a little kid. I love that young man showing the way the boxing skills is supposed to be. I know we got a lot of fighters that get away from the basics, got other things they do, and it looks real good. I mean, it looks like they know for them. You know, like if you look at a Roy Jones, or you look at even going back further, like maybe a Aaron Pryor, like people don't keep their hands up, their hands is down, their feet is wide. No. Shushu Carrington displayed the proper basic way a young fighter should fight. In my opinion, he boxed perfectly. He got power. He could take a punch. His defense is good. He's moving. He's slipping. And his punches were straight and in line. Loved it. Last night, Shushu Carrington. You're going to hear a lot from him. You're going to hear a lot from him. I think he's ready. Okay? The other fight, I said, the main event on the card was XANDER. I think XANDER needs a little bit more time. XANDER called out. You know, he called out some big guys, you know, in the 154 pound. I don't think he's quite ready for them yet. However, I do think that Shushu Carrington is ready. This is Dirty Poppy Roll-On. That's Strictly Boxing. If you haven't subscribed, I appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. If not, then I'll, you know, hit the like button. If you did hit the like button, let me hear what you got to say. I want to hear what you got to say. This is Dirty Poppy Roll-On. That's Strictly Boxing. Peace.